Good evening, everybody, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. If this stream is going to be anything like the start of that opening sequence, we are in for an absolute usual midlife Simster complete cluster. I have no idea how I managed to do that. There he is, Welsham Farmer. Yo. Again, weird thing on the YouTube studio, about a minute and a half behind. Evening Oz, and I did give you some warning tonight, mate. At least didn't I? So not much. Not much advertising, but some warning nonetheless. Thanks very much for joining me, gentlemen. Always, always, always nice to see you. Enjoy, mate. Playing on now. Then, how do I say the name of this map? Montegro. No idea. Absolutely no idea. However, it is a rather nice map. Now, unfortunately, I did have some plans for this where I spent about 4.5 hours in total, sort of setting it up and kind of getting it ready, and then my game just decided to kill itself, and that was the end of that. And I lost the save. Everything I tried to do couldn't get it back, and she's gone. So the sort of the work I did on the map isn't the same, but it's simple premise, isn't it? The map itself, I really like it. I do really like it. And this is a proper nice little farm. So anyone who hasn't played this, yeah, it's really well set up map from the sort of what I've seen, and yeah, just look forward to sort of having a bit of an offline with this one, same as Ghostal really. Just when I got a bit of downtime, checking this one on and having a kick about with it. So yeah, just thought I'd load it up and we'd have a bit of fun. I haven't done one of these in a while, so always nice to kind of catch up with everyone. Rules and regs out the way first of all. As you can see, top right hand side, thanks very much to G Portal sponsoring this one. Without them, can't do any of the sort of live stream stuff that we can do. So massive thanks to them being a partner, and for them for providing the server for us. So nice. At the moment, this isn't, although I'm playing online and would be a multiplayer, this isn't set up as a multiplayer, but who knows, in the near future we could be looking a little bit at that. For those of you that watch Welsham Farmer and Farmer Sim stuff, you'll see their multiplayer sessions. We got one coming this Tuesday, the 17th. Yeah, so be around for that and have a little look at it, because it's good fun, and some really good people involved in that as well, and some good fun chat. Yes, mate, it is really nice. It is very nice, mate. So the only thing I've done really that's different is I've chucked the bunker in by there, just so that we've got something to put the grass down. I did a load of other stuff originally, because I had calf barn up by here in this little section by there, and I'd done a little bit of work around this area as well, with some extra buildings and sheds and stuff like that. Oh, my sheep are going a bit crazy in the distance there. So there we are. So we'll just get on with a bit of farming and catch up with whoever chooses to join us. Welsh, I'm going to rely on you, mate, in the chat just to tell me if the levels are okay, if there's anything, if the game noises are a bit too much or a bit too little, etc., etc. But otherwise, how are we all? I hope everyone is doing well and fighting fit. Let's jump into the Fiat Agri, I think. Big thumbs up from Welsh, thank you, mate. I rush loaded this one, so I've got about 400 mods assigned to it, so I'm not even sure which ones made the cut and which ones didn't. So yeah, this could get a little bit clunky. Come on, Fiat Agri, why are you not accelerating? That's weird. There we go. Maybe my controller was having a bit of a moment there. Levels are good. Cheers, bud. Diolch yn fawr I ti. Right, let's get this. What have we got over here? Is it wheat or is it triticale? I can't remember this one. Yeah, triticale. Fine. We get this one squared away. Jump back into our big old class harvester. things to discuss, things to talk about. The stuff that Oz is doing at the moment that will be coming out sooner rather than later at this rate is incredible. And for those of you that love, that might be loud, that harvester, blimey. For those of you that love the realistic side of the game, yeah, it's an absolute game changer. Stuff Oz is doing at the moment with the moisture mod that's going to be coming soon. Talked about it very briefly within one of the Pictionary episodes, but then took it back off because it's still very much in testing, and it isn't sort of worth risking what is an actual Let's Play save. So I've just been sort of playing it in the background on my offlines. I haven't loaded it onto this one because I haven't been able to do much this week with it. So unfortunately, I'm a little bit behind on that. But and I don't want to give anything away, so I'll wait for Oz to come back and see if he wants to sort of talk about what he's got going on there, and what he would be okay with me talking about. But yeah, honestly, it is very, very special. Very special. I should have actually... Let's change that. Let's put a third headland on there. No. Stop there, my friend. And we also need to... Where is it? Straw, please. Thank you. There we go. Now this glass always feels fast to me, but I don't think it is. But it always seems to be. It feels faster than the other harvesters. But hey ho. So yeah, looking forward to the stuff that Oz is doing. Likewise, NX modding, the sort of the stuff that NX is working on and is bringing out. So you've got the NX Productions, which came out this week. Here he is, as if the devil shall hear his name. And yeah, stuff that NX has got coming like in the pipeline as well is really good. Certainly around sort of like stats and like game aids is really cool. Oz, what I was saying then, mate, and I don't want to sort of talk out of turn, and I don't know where the line is really for you and your mods, in terms of the moisture mod and what you can and don't want people talking about openly in terms of what you've got going on and the changes you've made. I've not been able to do much with it this week, mate. I apologise because I've been either working and then straight away we went away for the last couple of days down Dorset, so I haven't had much FS time at all for the last sort of 4 or 5 days, so I'm a little bit behind even the changes that you've been making. So don't want to say anything that I shouldn't, but yeah, really excited, mate. And I've said it, I've said it to you, and I say it plenty of times before, but I will say it again. The work you do and how quick you turn things around, and your willingness to listen to feedback and make your amendments, mate, it's incredible, and you absolutely deserve all the plaudits you're going to get. Patch tonight. Hopefully a little patch tonight. So, from what I've very briefly been able to catch up with on the Discord server, is basically rotting bales, and there's the chat on there is hilarious because like there's some really passionate and knowledgeable FS players in there, and like the opinions flying around just make me smile because they're so passionate about this stuff, and it's like we're talking like intricate levels of detail that they want to see within the game. I kind of sit back and I think, well, it's still got to be a game, I can see. And this is where the Giants thing, I guess, they have that kickback, is that it's not detailed enough and things, but it does need to appeal to everyone for Giants, whereas the mods can be designed, can't they, just for the absolute super nerds who want, something very, very specific and, exactly in a particular way. So it is an interesting sort of dynamic, I guess. But yeah, the rotting of products, the idea of throwing that in with the bales and stuff, it's just another step in just incredible kind of movement towards realism for the game. So, mate, thank you. The work you've done is ridiculous, and if it wasn't for people like yourself doing these mods for us, and the map makers and all the mod makers, this game just wouldn't be what it is. There's no two ways about it. It wouldn't be as fun to play. It wouldn't have the draw that it has, and I think, you know, from players and content creators alike, we are so reliant and should be so grateful for anyone who gives up their time to make this game better for us. So very grateful, mate. Thank you. And also, Garage Mod, still the greatest and simplest thing that anyone could ever have done to this game, and I honestly don't think I could play a save without it right now. It would drive me insane not having that mod on. So yes, thank you, mate. And yeah, so that's sort of me at the moment, sort of back behind the sort of the wheel now of content creating. Managed to get another Homecoming episode out this week. A bit of a short one for the obvious reasons in terms of sort of what's going on in the personal life. It was a strange one because obviously, you know, like everything that's gone on with what I talked about with Rob, it just didn't feel right to have Neil and Jim rinsing each other and sort of all that sort of banter and stuff. But then at the same time, that's the core of the episode, isn't it? So it was kind of like it had to be something, but I kind of wanted to make it not too much, if that sort of makes sense. So hopefully that, you know, the tone was somewhere in the middle, and it was an all right little episode. But yeah, just about sort of now getting a couple of episodes a week out, and then the Homecoming is going to be maybe once every 2 weeks, I think, is the reality at the moment. I can't afford to sort of spread myself too thin again like I was, so fingers crossed that I can just kind of keep up that pace. And that's nice enough, it keeps everyone happy and lets them watch it, and then at the same time it's not going to burn me out and make me feel like it's a chore rather than something I enjoy doing. So yeah, mate, and that's it. It's and it didn't take much, does it? So I was basically saying in the comment there about just being behind, and it, you know, it doesn't take much to be behind on things and like to miss out. Like what I find is strange is if I don't pay attention and I'm missing like mods drop in, and you just think like you could so easily miss a mod that would be so like impactive on your style of gameplay, or a vehicle that you would love and things. And I like, you've got to make it like a real life, and I have to make a conscious effort to go and like check what has happened that week. But then the more sort of discords you're in and the more conversations you're a part of and stuff, the harder and harder that gets. And I always feel terribly guilty regarding Discord because I don't feel I'm ever on there on enough. Like on there, and that's a weird way of saying that. I don't think I'm on there enough, online enough. You know what I'm saying? And it's really difficult. NX, here he is, another one. Talk of the devil, you shall appear. Yeah, and I do feel sort of guilty with it, the sort of Discord stuff, because I just even though it's on your phone, like I look at my phone and I've got like so many Discord notifications, but then you've got your usual life stuff going on with WhatsApp and family messaging and work and kids and stuff. And I just applaud anyone who can balance that and be on there as much as they are, because I just don't seem to be able to get on there as much as I want to be. Yeah. Evening, Jim. How are you, mate? Thanks for joining us again. So yeah, it's one of those things, and it's like, oh, there's a mozzie in here. Get the hell away from me, my friend. He's massive. He's like the pterodactyl of mosquitoes. What are you doing in here? No problem living out in the countryside, see? Got one little light on and blood-sucking monster flying around the room. Jeez Louise. I can't remember what I was about to say then. I was going to say something else then. But yeah, so there we are. And I do like the guys who have got the really big discords. Like in fairness to Welsh, I don't. I honestly, I don't know how you stay on top of it, mate. I really, really don't, because your Discord is so active and so busy. And yeah, it's honestly it's brilliant. And for those of you that haven't seen it, go over and check out Welsh's Discord, because it's a wicked place. There's some really, really cool things. You're asking me motivate me to add a moisture monitor hand tool. That's cool. That's cool. In my mind, and I know it won't be anything like it, because I know from, I'm guessing from Clarkson's farm, same thing, where you crush the crop in there to test the moisture. In my mind, I immediately went to the Ghostbusters. Now then, what was it called? The PKE reader? Is that it? You got Spengler with his little PKE reader. That's exact. If it doesn't look like that, Oz, I'm gonna be really disappointed, mate. I mean, you might have a copyright issue, I guess, but oh, did I get that Mozzie then? No, he is going to bug me for this entire stream, isn't he? That's just gonna really annoy me. Really, really annoy me. Right, I think what we'll do is we'll finish off this headland, get the trailer down here, and then what I'll do is I'll probably like set this off on a worker so we can do a little bit more and go and exploring a bit more of the farm and the fields. It needs to sound like that too, yes. Yeah, with the two little like arms that come up with all the lights on them. And yeah, if it's wrong, we want some sound effects. Basically, can you make a Ghostbusters related moisture reader, please? Anything else, it just won't suffice, I'm afraid, mate. Go away, Mozzie. Oh, interesting. I like that idea, Welsh. I was looking the other day at the sort of Welsh Comic-Cons that are coming around this year, and all the various, you know, special guests and stuff. Because I've never done a Comic-Con, and the whole Llama thing has sort of inspired me now to go, or maybe I should go to more of those sort of things, because it's, you know, I'll almost certainly like it. And plus then some of my like favorite TV show characters generally tend to do the Comic-Cons, because I'm a massive fan of like Red Dwarf, and they just seem to sell their souls for Comic-Cons. What I was amazed by, and I hadn't necessarily prepared myself for, was the cost of photos and autographs, though. I was like, if I wanted to have a photo and an autograph with, you know, like Chris Barry, who plays Rimmer in Red Dwarf, it cost me about 65 quid. And that's on top of your entrance fees. I was like, bloody hell. Like, I don't know, it just feels like a lot of dollar for a photo and an autograph. I don't know. But you made me think of that then, Welsh, because one of the Welsh ones, I think, which is at the new Newport Celtic Manor Conference Centre, the International Conference Centre, I'm pretty sure the guy who's the sort of the team leader, who's a bit of a coward in Alien. Ooh. It is Alien 1, isn't it? Yeah, Alien. He's doing it. He's there for doing his like signature and autograph and all that sort of stuff. A vote for the Alien one from Jim. Oz, I have no artistic skill, so relying on a purchased model. Chris Barry autograph from the British Empire days. It was filmed near me. Got him to sign my Red Dwarf book. Perfect. And that's it, Jim. That's exactly what... I'm going to turn this off. That's so loud. That's exactly what I want to do. I've got my Back to Reality... I've got the whole series of Red Dwarf books, so I was going to get him to sign my Back to Reality book. Because, yeah, I love that one. And, yeah, and then I saw 65 quid. I was like, I love British Empire was hilarious. However, horrifically dated these days, as is much of, I guess, British TV from that era, because there are things going on there and they are just so inappropriate and so bad. For example, the receptionist woman keeps her child, which is quite clearly a baby, in a drawer and in the desk behind the reception. And back then, you know, laughs. And now you're like, how did we think that was funny to laugh at? Like child cruelty and stuff. You just think it's just insane. Why have I got super strength on? Go away. Yeah, just little things like that. It's like Only Fools and Horses. I'm scared to watch reruns of genuine unedited Only Fools and Horses episodes because I just know they'd be so like just out of date. But then, you know, I guess they're 40 years old now, aren't they? So it's just like anything, really. It just times change, and you sort of learn, and you realise that it's just like, you know, that's just not cool. High Pass Consulting, hello all, just noticed the stream. Video's a big step up from all the Hutan Pantai ones. Yes, even in High Pass. You've been enjoying the new map too, man. Yes, welcome in, mate. Yes, we are we are a long way forward from the HP days for sure, mate. That is yeah, that's definitely and I try not to look back at my old streams and not streams, it's just videos, because I know I would just cringe, absolutely cringe. Right, open the cover. Thank you. I haven't used this trailer before, but I like the look of it. It was a mod that came up the other day. Yeah, I like this one. So I thought give it a little go. Right, let's jump in this and start this off. Thanks very much. Oh, that's a shame. It needs a bit of work on that graphic there, doesn't it? That needs to go a bit further into the trailer, because I'm pretty sure all the others will go all the way in, whereas that's just hitting basically the roof, isn't it? But there we are. Where are we? What else we got going on? Rion says hi, keep the tractors off the fences. Rion, the tractors won't be... Oh my god. What the heck happened then? The tractor won't be anywhere near the fence, mate, because there's no cheat to barge me onto the fence and abandon me there. Thank you very much. Carol, the receptionist. That's right. Hello, Mr. Brittus. Hello. Sorry, Mr. Brittus. Oh, God. I barely got a GCSE, but yet I can recite British Empire rubbish and Red Dwarf quotes all day long. Yeah, Jim, mate, unfortunately, mate, we're old, aren't we? That's the thing. If we like the British Empire and Red Dwarf, we are now old. Disapproved of the tractor choice. Why? What's wrong with the fence? It shouldn't be using a work account. They'll never know, mate. They'll never know. You'll be fine. There's loads of like sort of classic TV. I tell you what, like I say, I got back from Dorset today, and blast from the past, and it's not even that long ago. We say past, but like quite recent. DVDs. There was the Airbnb sort of house we were staying at had just loads and loads of DVDs. It also had DVDs that weren't in the right cases. So my OCD and my missus's dad's OCD was off the chart, because it was just so annoying opening, and you think, oh god, I haven't seen this film in years, and you'd open the DVD case and there'd be something completely random in there, which you couldn't even find the case for then. And in fairness to her dad, he spent ages sorting out through loads of DVDs, and it got me thinking then, like, I spent thousands probably on DVDs, thousands of pounds over the years, and at some point I've just binned them I've just gotten rid and binned them. And yeah, you know, it's ridiculous, really, isn't it? I guess, but like, who uses DVDs these days? Right, come on. Right, good. You're good. Oh, this as well from Mark Thor, the Scroft wheel loader. This is epic. This is just such a cool mod. Such a cool mod. What's going on in the chat here now? If it isn't blue, Rhino doesn't like it. Ah, okay. Love the fence. Rion. Rhino. Needs to be an H-mate. Goes faster if it's blue. Hang on. Dorset, that's me. Whereabouts did you go? Now then, shamefully, I don't really know. We weren't far from... Where was it? West... Oh, good God. I can't remember, mate, off the top of my head, because I didn't drive, right? And I normally do all the driving, but I didn't book the holiday. I didn't drive. And I went to watch and I was watching the football, and I didn't drive to the football ground either, which was only about 15 minutes away. And we went to is it Dagenham? No, going to be Dagenham. Someone versus Evesham. Yeah, I honestly, I'm going to have to look at a map, because I took if I'm not driving, so I don't take any, like, attention to where I'm going or what was around me. That's shocking, isn't it, really? Agree, Oz. I wanted this for so long, mate. Since, like, 22, I wanted to be able to play this, and then I never, wasn't doing mods and PC stuff and all that. And yeah, when he brought this up the other day, I was so chuffed, because I was asking, I think I asked Welsh about it, didn't I? Welsh, literally like a few days before it came out, and it's so cool. It's so cool. It's perfect, because it's so small, but yet it's got the rigid four-wheel base, which the other ones drive me up the wall that split. I just can't drive them properly. Cannot. No, not Gillingham. Right, I'm going to take a moment here, and I'm going to go and look at where the blinking at we were, because... Where were we? Let's have a little ganders here. Was it Dorchester that I went to watch the football, maybe? Hang on. Hold your horses, everybody. Farming Simulator is going to need to wait a minute. Settle bets. Where are we? Yes, it was. It was Dorchester. So we weren't far from wherever the Dorchester ground is, and we were very, very, very close to the sea. And we weren't far from, like, Weymouth either. So I'm just having a little look on the map to see if I can spot. Oh, here we are. Is this it? Yes. A place called West Lulworth. Sort of to the east side, sort of southeast end from Dorchester. Really, really nice, mate. Really, really nice. Keith, good evening, mate. How are you? The cow baron has arrived. You'll be glad to know, Keith, only I think about 30 odd cows on this map for me, mate, unfortunately. So it won't be to your standards of having 7,000. Yeah, Jim, it was really nice, mate. I've done, like, I used to play, before my back injury, I played golf a lot. So we used to go down to, like, Weymouth way all the time, and play golf down there. So I've been down, like, Weymouth and Dorchester before, but I hadn't done kind of the sort of smaller towns and villages along the front there, and that West Lulworth, really, really nice, mate. Really nice little place. Right, I need to do some farming. I need to do some grass cutting, don't I, really, as well? I'll tell you what, we'll grab the fence, and we shall grab our mower setup and go over there. Now, I can't remember. I think it might have been Mr. Seeley P that said it. because he talked about the difference between mids. There is a baler by there, mate, and I've lit. Oh, Rion's gonna love that. I hope he's gone to bed. He will rinse me for that. Lordy, lordy, lord. Yeah, the difference between standard grass and field grass, and I'm sure it was Mr. Sealy P I was watching the other day. Come on, get on there. Get on, get on, get on. Right, what's going on here now? Line this up properly. Where's the... Is that fallen over? Oh man, what's going on here? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. No. I find, I don't know if it's just me being an absolute weirdo, but since I've got a PC, I really struggle to to move things around like that. I get like the angles all wrong. Right, there we are, that'll do. Let's knock that off because I will just forget. I'm going to play on the grandfather's map, setting up a big cattle up. 2.3 million litres of silage. I'm now baling the other half for hay. Bloody hell! For those of you that aren't on the Discord and haven't met Keith the Cow Baron, I think there's a problem with that mower. Was it on its... Yes, yeah, it was on its side. Yes, Mr. Cow Baron himself loves a enormous amount of cows and grass. He is awake and he just shook his head in disappointment. Yeah, all right, yeah, fair. But I still maintain that the whole crash was absolutely nothing to do with me, and I was playing fair, and he was a dirty cheat and put me into the wall. Very Cold Trickle-esque for those of you that will get that reference. Right, let's have a little look here. So yeah, so here we go. So field grass. Now, I'm sure Mr. CDP said the only difference between grass and field grass is that the yield that you get from field grass is more than what you would get from grass. And I don't know if that's true. I mean, never played it before. So if anyone's heard of that, then yeah, please let me know. Right, let's unfold this and unfold this. We can get going with some grass work as well. Come on, my friend. Right, let's start that up, drop him and start that up, and drop him. Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Yes, we're good. Sweet. The other from field grass is higher. That is correct. Cheers, NX. Yeah, it's but I've never seen before. I can't think of any maps that use the field grass, unless I'm being really stupid and just not thinking of it, or I've just missed it. But I'm pretty sure this was for me. This was the first map that I've seen it on. I quite like the sort of graphic of it as well. These little heads there. I like it. It's a nice visual. All fair in silage kart racing, mate. Yeah, well, you best tell him, mate. He best bring his A game on Tuesday, because I'm gonna Nigel Mansell him, mate. Yeah, and not many maps use it, mate. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a nice little looking thing. Another thing I've never understood is how many maps use different like crops and stuff. That always kind of surprises me. How different they are, especially when they someone I guess brings them out, a new crop out, that the others then don't start catching up. But I am gonna Nigel him, mate. You watch. Again, showing my age. I went to see. I was at Silverstone. Here we are for the Formula One fans amongst you. I was at Silverstone as a child, where Nigel Mansell gave Ayrton Senna a lift back to the pits on his car, and the British fan ran onto the track and tried to wave a British flag in Senna's face, and he kicked him. He basically did like a mini Cantona and kicked him. Gave him that big Nige the tap on the head, and Nige drove him in. It was epic. I use it in most maps. It makes for good silage grass. Jim, pleasure. Thank you for joining us, mate. Really appreciate it. Take care, mate. So yeah, I was there. I was very fortunate to be at that Silverstone race. Grew up loving the F1 and Mr. Mansell and Ayrton Senna's little rivalry, and then the Prost rivalry and all that good stuff. It's nice, isn't it? This I do like that graphic. Oi, and he says missing the corner as usual. Get in there, right? We did. So yeah, so one of the other things I know Keith has been thoughts on the new cars. Then go on, we'll do a bit more F1 chat. Go on, then high pass. So from what I've seen, mate, I'm always really skeptical of the pre-season testing because I just don't believe that what we're seeing is actually going to be anything like the reality of what we're going to get in the first race. However, I mean, some of the cars are like absolute like dogs, just horrifically really struggling, don't they? I know the Aston Martins have had a real torrid time with it, and they're coming out saying some pretty shocking things considering they're talking about their own cars and the money involved in it. I also don't like the Ferrari white and red. I really don't like that. Like it's yeah, not a fan. And next one, mids. Go on, mate. Take the corner. Take the corner. Thank you. Unless it's mind games, Max doesn't seem very happy. It may definitely Max is playing mind games, mate, because everyone else is saying how amazing the Red Bull looks. So I don't believe him for a second. And to be fair, I actually think that he's so good that you could put him in like a Hoover powered buggy and he would probably win. He's just epic, mate. He's just epic, and I don't even like the guy, but yeah, just too good, too good. Now then, what I don't have, I stupidly didn't give myself a forage wagon to grab all this. You must whip out the Nigel Mansell quotes, which you're amazing free on. I might just grow a big fat slug of a mustache, mate, and yeah, in honor of Big Nige. He, for someone who's so talented, and you'd think like lived on the edge, you know, drives cars that like it's like life and death sort of laughs. He was one of the most boring men I always thought, like to see in interviews. I thought he was like an emotionless turd. Even though I was a massive Mansell fan, I just he was so like he was just a typical Brit, wasn't he? Really, just like a really like stiff upper lip sort of Brit. If it wants for copyright, and I have the old F1 theme ready to go. As in the chain by Mac. Is one for you then, because it's always good deep diving into people's backgrounds. If you could only listen to one band again, what would it be? And I would probably choose Fleetwood Mac, I think. But then this is how eclectic my music taste is. It would be that or Nirvana. So that sort of tells you everything about me that you need to know, I guess. But yeah, growing up with the chain theme to the F1, just epic. Good job he never went into commentating when he retired. And that's it, mate, innit? Like, you know, like he was I don't know. I don't know if he was just really like just professional, and maybe in the background that he would have been like proper good bands or not. I don't know. I'd choose Fleetwood Mac if we were talking older music. Well, whatever you want, mate. You know, you got one basically just entire back catalogue to choose from. It's the only thing you can ever listen to ever again. What are you choosing? Supertramp from Elizabeth. Interesting. Interesting. I haven't heard anything from like Superdrum in years. Jeez. Right. Okay. I'm gonna put that on the Spotify list for tomorrow. I think. I like in work. I like to drown out any sort of noise, and the only way I can do that is concentrating when I put my headphones on. So there we are. I might add a bit of super drum. Actually, I'll tell you what we do. Anything that pops up on here, I might make a little list later. My a nice Spotify list for work tomorrow. Grew up listening to a lot of that era as my folks listen to it. And again, that's another thing, isn't it? Like, you know, your influences in music so often can come from family, parents, and peers. I remember my first girlfriend was called Rhiannon because of the song, because a dad loved Stevie Nicks. Right. What? There we go. Thank you. Fatboy Slim sampled everyone to a massive collection. No, technically not, mate. That's and again, like Fatboy Slim, in my time, the sort of Fatboy Slim era that I'm thinking of, where you know, he was initially got with Zoe Ball and that sort of era. The tunes when he was like everything and everywhere, like he was epic. Oh, that's interesting. What have I got? I've got an error on my YouTube Studio. A keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less, which can cause buffering. Okay. Has anyone had any issues on the stream with buffering at all? A bit strange. Ultravox. Oh, okay, Quo. I never liked Quo. I don't know what it was. I could just never get into him. Never get into him. Pink Floyd and the Who. Yeah, fair. Absolutely fair. No arguments there. A while back, but stable now. Alright, cheers, NX. Bit weird that. Don't know what's happened there. I do have something that's popped up. 2 secs. What is going on there? Close, please. Interesting. Also, I didn't realise we've already been streaming for 47 minutes. Just flies by, doesn't it? Small amount of buffering a couple of times, but it catches up pretty quick. Keep a little eye on that. It's a bit interesting. Well, she'll like this, right? And you can ask Farmer Sim about it, because my face must have given it away, right? When we were at Lama in the evening event, for the Farm Sim community event, I was sat next to him, and we were talking about what Wi-Fi do you use, because he said like his Wi-Fi provider he's out in the sticks. He was a bit worried that he couldn't get like a good enough Wi-Fi, and I said, oh, you know, Starlink's really good, mate, and you know, I'm getting like 250 300 meg download speeds and at least, you know, 35 to 45 meg upload, and I was like really pleased with myself and my my Starlink internet, because we'd only just got it and it was really good. And he was just like, he basically just completely poo-pooed my internet, saying it was garbage and he needed like 100 meg upload. And I was just like, my face was just giving it away completely, because I was just like, oh, and you just proper peed on my chips, basically, just properly like mugged me right off, me and my rubbish Starlink. Davis, here he is. Happy birthday. Happy many happy returns, mate. What size hoodie am I? Oh, that's very personal, NX. I am, depending on your manufacturer, mate, I'll either be probably an XL. If it runs tight, though, I would say I'm currently a double X. But if it's for Llama and social events and things like that, I would like to think I would have lost a little bit of weight by then. I've well with my shoulder. I'm hopefully having my shoulder surgery soon. My broken back has now repaired itself, so I'm pretty much over that. So I can start getting back into the fizz again. And I'm never going to be a slim lad, but I'd like to think I could lose a couple of pounds. So a good XL, I would suggest, mate. Thank you. How's your day been, Davis? Hope you enjoyed, mate. For those of you that don't know Davis farming, he somehow finds the most amazing cars to photograph where he lives. I've never known a town have so many amazing cars. It is incredible, absolutely incredible. And yes, that is his birthday today. Far, 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 far younger than me, so I won't give his age away, but yes. I am, mate. I am indeed. So, Davis has asked me there, am I enjoying the AI pictures? And he introduced me to the idea of using farming simulator stills and then converting them using AI then into super realistic imagery. And I've been running trials on my thumbnails for the last sort of, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 videos. It's still pretty much an even split. If anything, the AI slightly wins at the moment, mate. I've got your hoodie for you, man. Always, mate. Never turn down a hoodie. Never turn down hoodies. I love a hoodie. I was thinking about like merch and stuff. I've wanted to like put my like a merch thing together for ages, and I've never done it. And I did sort of set up like a drop shop, I guess, for stuff, and only because I want to put my Midlife Simster logo on a mug because I drink a lot of tea. Took how much I need a brew. Yeah, but I've never got around to it. And then when we went to Lama and Welsh had all of his sort of self-sponsored stuff, and there was a bunch of guys there with their own their like channel on their t-shirts and on hats and things. I was like, I need to step up my game a little bit. I wondered if if it had arrived today or not, mate, for your birthday. Oh, obviously not on a Sunday, but if you'd had it for your birthday or not, mate. Why do I keep getting these buffering errors then? Is my internet going kablamo tonight or something? What's going on? Let me have a little mess around over here on this very quickly to see if I can't fix it. He says, knowing that he will almost certainly press a button and break it. Please use keyframe frequency. How do I change that then? What is a keyframe frequency? Very strange. Don't know what that could possibly be, really. It said 2 weeks mid. You'll love it, mate. It'll blow your mind. Honestly, it's don't fear it, like we spoke about the other day, mate. It is mega cool, and I could not go back to playing FS on console. I really couldn't. I'm so now entrenched into playing on PC and the mods that it'd be too painful for me, mate. I just could not do it. Really couldn't do it. No, I've never had it before either, Welsh. I don't know what's going on, mate. It's that's a new one on me because the stream status, you know, the way I've set it up is the same as how I set it up every single time. So I don't really know why it would be doing that, which is a bit strange. Yeah, bit weird that. I mean, I don't know. Could it just be something as simple as my internet isn't great tonight? Because obviously, because it is Starlink. It probably is, isn't it? Because knowing my like, here's me like bigging it up and talking about the when Sam Sim absolutely and nailed me for having rubbish internet in his eyes. Right, let's do a little speed test here. See what's going on. Let's see how this is looking. It does seem a bit slower, actually. 150 meg download speeds. Okay. 170. Alright. But my upload is alright. It's like 39, 42, 39, 40. Yeah, that's pretty normal. Okay. Don't really know what's going on there. They're all good, mate. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Yeah, all good. I've left them down in Dorset for the night because they've all booked Monday off, but I've got to work tomorrow, so left them down there and I came back a day early. Buffering again. Yeah, apologies guys. Don't know what's going on with the don't know what's going on there. It's a bit strange. And normally, like, you know, we'd have all the family here getting 200 gig. Yeah, but Oz, I don't even know how I get that, mate. I live in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely no. When we moved here and I started doing like speed testing in the area because they don't get any good internet. My internet speed opportunities from, I think it was Sky, offered me something like 7 megabytes or something. It was like absolute garbage, just utter garbage. A 1 gigabyte network. Lordy Lord. But what do you do? Like, what do you do when you live like I do in the proper sticks? Like, what is the answer? Because other than Starlink, I would pay good money for really, really fast, good internet. Like, you know, it makes perfect sense. Everything we do these days is internet based, isn't it? And you know, it just like it's so important. But yeah, I as a when you live out in the middle of nowhere in Wales, I don't really know what my options are. I have a comms cupboard that I set up. Holy crap. Oh, NX. Me and NX are on such different, like, our brains are on such different levels. It's genuinely embarrassing. Genuinely embarrassing. Also, NX, I was going to ask you from your like mega stream that you did the other day. What part of the UK is your accent? Because and when you tell me, Alex, sort of, I'm an IT guy, mate. What do you expect? No, and that's fair. And it comes with the territory, doesn't it? I get that. I totally get that. The reason I ask about your accent, mate, is because as soon as I heard you talking, it basically like sparked a memory in my mind, and I was like, I was for ages trying to work out what what your accent and your voice reminded me of. Nottingham. And I don't know if anyone remembers, but there was and it's quite adequate actually. It's quite appropriate for what we're doing now. There was a YouTube video, of a young lad, and he was in a tractor, and they were basically karting, and his dad was in the in the tractor ahead of him, and he basically does like an overtake on a road on him. And he's like, we're gonna do him. Oh, he's gonna pull my pants down and spank me. And he was giving it all beans, buffering. What is going on, man? That's so weird. And yeah, and you sound just like that guy, mate. So I'm gonna have to go and find that YouTube video and then send you the link. Because yeah, every time you spoke, I was like, I wonder if NX is the lad who was in the tractor who overtook his dad. It's class. It's an absolute class video. It was hilarious back in the day. But again, if you watch it now, it probably looked like it was filmed on a potato because it was ages ago. Give the hamster a kicking at the wheel moving faster, mate. Mate, honestly, I don't know what's going on. The only thing I can think of is that like something else is drawing. Let me have a little. If I move 2 seconds. Right, so if I minimize all this rubbish, just give that a little test and see if that kicks the hamster into gear. Yeah, it was quality, wasn't it? And he's like, he overtakes his dad about 5 miles an hour faster than his dad is going, and he's like, oh, and he's effing and jeffing, and he's proper. Yeah, it was just class, and your accent. You watch that, I'll probably watch that video and think that you don't say anything like, but yeah, I could not help but like it took my brain ages to make the link, and then out of nowhere I managed to like remember that one. If you get any more buffering, we'll give it another in the interest of science, we'll give it another 10 minutes, and we'll see if I get any more buffering, because Delboy would say there'll be another starlight along. Another satellite. It was, yeah. As he's holding his phone, and that's the episode where he is that not the one where he's changing he's using the mobile phones that he's selling from the Driscoll brothers, and he's using the phone and it's changing the channel in the background on the horse racing, and then they're all hiding from the Driscoll brothers, and they're doing the whole like snooker cue through the curtain, and it goes between his legs, and then he taps him on the chest, and the aerial pops up out of the phone and goes up his nose. Absolute classic. Absolute classic. There we are, NX. I know exactly what video you mean. So, do you think, if you know the video, mate, do you think that's a match for your accent, or am I mishearing it? Oh yeah, where you put the massive satellite dish on the balcony, didn't he? And then it was like the main flight path, and the episode ends with the plane turning in towards Nelson Mandela House. Oh god! And again, I like, especially the Uncle Albert onwards episodes. I could probably recite like the scripts from those. It like the amount of time I spent in my youth watching those, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I've completely forgotten that harvester down there needs to be emptied. Just too busy messing about, talking about Only Fools and Horses, NX's accent, and trying not to have buffering. Come on, Agri, come down here, mate. Yeah, there we are. Plastic Doll episode is the one that always makes me chuckle. So, here's a question for you then, mate. No cheating. What was the name of the episode? I think in my mind I know what it was, but I'm gonna have to go and double check it. What? Why? Okay, so is that a mod issue that was happening earlier then, or was it a me issue and a game issue? I think it was. Now, see, I've got NX on the brain now. I'm gonna have to Google it, but I'm sure it was something like NX. Like, there was like a weird thing. Why is that not having that issue this time? I have got gremlins on this server, mate. I don't understand what's going on. That's proper weird, isn't it? I don't understand. Yeah. Yeah, next, the doll episode, yeah. I'm gonna have to... It's got a weird name, and I'm sure it's something like NX. Need to open the gate. Need to open the gate. What, on the trailer? Danger UXD. There you are. I knew it was NX or something like that. Danger UXD. That's him. Need to open the gate. Need to open the gate. Need to open the gate. Oz, what are you talking about? What don't I get? Well, mate, you missed the start of this. So I love the look of this trailer. I haven't used it before, so I just thought I'd give it a go today. And I think I love it. I think it's a really, really nicely detailed trailer. I think it's banging. However, I had an issue earlier where the graphic wasn't going from the harvester, wasn't going to the bottom of the trailer. And I thought, oh, it's a mod issue where it's sort of hitting like an invisible wall. But then it worked fine, so I think it's an actual me issue as per usual. Just chatting nonsense, mate. I'm really impressed by it. I'm really, really impressed by it, because there's... Is there a signage version on each of them as well? So you're going to have like a massive option on that. Right, what's that? That's got ages to go. This, though, this is the boy, isn't it? This is the absolute boy. Look at this thing. I love it. The only thing is the arm is really slow, but I guess that's just part of it, isn't it? Yeah, love this. But I have added a display too, which shows literage. I am talking about on the grain cart. Nice. So, David, if you watch, I don't know if you watch the Scroff stuff on the farmhand. This was his original, the load-all, his original telehandler that he had for the first series in Calmsden and then on Court Farm. By Mark Thor. It's amazing, mate. It's just a wicked, wicked little telehandler, this one. Really, really cool. Right, we could kind of do with a third tractor, I guess, couldn't we? I'm going to drop these off by here. Sort all this out later. Right, where? Oh, dear. I definitely bought some. Where have they gone? Oh, no. Right, hang on then. Hang on. Where are you? Where are you? View on a map. Oh man! If I reset you, will you come back to the farm, please? Thanking you. There we go. Let's grab hold of this thing. That's lying on its front as well. Man, what's going on here? Have we had any more buffering issues since I closed all the stupid other windows off in the background? I don't think we have we? I haven't seen any warnings pop up for it. Just so you said that, mate, but a lot less. Right, okay. Yes, Davis. So, Oz, you can see in the chat, Farm Sim Oz. This is an absolute essential. The garage list is basically anything by Oz, get it. If you don't like mega detail, then you don't have to use it. But basically anything by him, get, because this one thing, this one mod alone is an absolute game changer compared to what you've got on console. It honestly ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous that they got rid of this. So yeah, Oz is the savior, and basically improved all of our lives. Right, let's have a little look. See, we'll do a triple head and then get over here, mate. I need to go and buy myself a little forage wagon to go and get all this and then chuck it into the bunker down by the sheep. But yes, we haven't really gone messing around the map much, have we? I think, actually, I'll tell you what, let's do that. For anyone who hasn't seen this map, because it is really nice. Let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Let's go into, where are we? Flight modes, please. Some really, really nice like parts of this map. But I love just how many sort of like just tracks there are like this, where everything is sort of like dirt tracked out. I just, yeah, I think this is a really nice map, in fairness. It is absolutely up there for me, this one. And I stumbled across this one. I hadn't really given it much thought, and I don't generally play the European maps. But at the moment, this Geistel and Pichonier are absolutely smashing out the park. However, we all know what's coming in the not too distant future, and I really want to see Court Farm come across. I know Oxy said it would at some point, so I'm really looking forward to that coming across, because I loved Court Farm. Absolutely loved it. What was the tree planting mod you used in last episode, and the bucket angle mod you were using on the Pichonier episode? So the tree planting one, let me 2 secs, Welsh, and I'll tell you now. Hang on. Let's have a little look. See. Let's have a little look. Where are we? Pichonier, save. It's called the hand plant saplings, mate. Is the name of the tree mod, and the bucket angle mod you were using. I don't recall using a bucket angle mod. Oh, you're on about this, aren't you? Down the bottom right there, where it says the number based on the angle. Oh man, I'll have to track that one down for you, mate. That one's I'm gonna have to think about that one, unless anyone else in the chat knows it. That gives you the height of the bucket off the deck. So when you're in cab, it just makes it so much easier to know if you're level. It's a really clever little mod. I'll tool inclination helper. Honestly, you are like the Carol Vorderman of Farming Simulator Oz. Like, how the hell do you just know that? And an X, look at him. It's like Carol and Rachel. Oh no, I'm in bloody flight mode still, for God's sake. But yes, for those of you who haven't seen this map, it's really, really nice. I highly recommend if you like the sort of traditional European smaller maps. It's got some really good sized fields on it, as you can see, but the farms are small, and it's a busy map in terms of the traffic and stuff, but it's got some really nice detail on it. Like, some of the locations are really, really nicely designed. My graphics card at this point won't be doing it any justice, I know that, but I'll be Carol. I met her once. She's had a lot of work done since her days of working with Twice Nightly Whiteley. She looks very different to us as I remember her. I used to love the maths rounds on Countdown. I was never very good at the words, but I was always good. I liked maths as a little one. But yeah, if you haven't already, go and check this one out. It is a cracking map. And yeah, I've never done the whole of grapes and olives and stuff. And I know they're not necessarily a great crop to do for money and the effort that goes into it and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to having a good go on this map a bit, and just doing something again that I don't normally do in FS, but there we are. I bet she looks like C3PO now. Oh man. Evening Hazard. Hi, how are you? Nice to thank you for joining us. Unfortunately, you've come in at the point where we're an hour and a quarter in, mate, and I'm literally going to be calling it a day. Oh, hello. What's going on here? Oh dear. I think we all know whose fault that is. BMW drivers. See, this is the problem. This is the problem as usual. BMW badge. Rules of the road do not apply. But yeah, cracking map if you want to have a go at it. It's I highly recommend it. I hadn't spotted this before. Look at that. Look at that little detail. How nice is that? That's cool. And that I love maps that do that. That just throw in little things like that. You know, you just don't expect to see those little things like that. I think that's wicked. But there we are. And there's the cow baron's favorite animal. So there we are. So we'll call it an even there, guys, because obviously I don't want any more buffering issues kicking in and causing a problem. My second-hand rubbish internet, it seems, that doesn't meet the standards of NX or PharmaSim by the seams of it. But thank you all ever so much for joining me. For those of you that missed the start of it, keep an eye out for the mods that are coming out soon from both Oz and NX. The work they're doing for this community and this game deserves so much praise and so much thanks, because it's their efforts and their work and the modders and the map makers that keep this game going. For those of you that are going to be around on Tuesday, check out Welsh Farmer's channel. We're doing he is doing a live stream on Tuesday evening, and there'll be a bunch of names you may or may not know from the Farming Sim community on there. So come along and join us. That cow shed you have on the map looks cool, mate. In-game, mate. Yep. It's a nice in-game one. So, but all of you, thank you ever so much for joining me. As always, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. I hope you all have had a nice evening. Thank you ever so much, and I will speak to you all again very, very soon. Take care, everyone.